Hi there, I'm Mark with A3GMunitions. I'm here today in the A3GMunitions Reloading Labs to show you the new decapper. It's an automated decapper from the folks at Rollsizer.com. Several of you have probably seen my videos on the Rollsizer.com product that came out several years ago. They've got a commercial roll sizer that roll sizes the brass. They've got now a DC version and a manual version. I'm sure you've seen those on the market if you haven't seen my videos. They have now released an automated decapper. It allows you to take dirty brass right off the range. You do a little bit of sorting because you don't want 9s nested in 40s or 40s nested in 45s. So you do a little bit of sorting, not much, and you throw like size calibers in the hopper, dirty, and run the machine, and it decaps it so that you only have to clean it once. But the big advantage for me personally is I only have to clean it once. No longer do I have to clean it, there's not a three-step process because the decapper doesn't have a metal-on-metal rotating surface, so dirty brass does not do any damage to it. The other big plus for somebody who does a lot of brass processing is primers have lead in them. And if you can get rid of the primers and not have them ejected or removed in your press, you're basically taking the lead one step farther from your process. So you're not inhaling it, you're not around it. Lots of health advantages to that, obviously. So the machine has several other advantages, but again, my two biggest ones are I don't have to clean it before I roll size it. Or I don't have to clean it before I decap it. I do have to clean it before I roll size it. But because it's taking the primers out of the pocket before I clean it, that one good cleaning, that initial cleaning, gets the primer pockets, it gets the whole piece of brass, and I'm sure many of you folks have put your brass in a wet tumbler, then deprimed it. Not only does it take forever for the primer pocket to dry out, but the primer pocket never gets as clean as the rest of the brass, which can be important in match ammunition. So let's take a quick look at the machine. I'm not going to give you, this is not an instructional how-to because it comes with a manual. It is actually very well written, and it's not very long, so definitely pick this up, glance through it, read it. It will help you get the most out of the machine. So it's not a how-to video. It is really just an overview, let you guys see the machine in action, and we'll go from there. So let's take a quick look. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the setup I have here on the bench. First of all, you can see the orange bucket. That's my brass bucket. The decapped brass is going to fall into that bucket. Behind the decapper you can see my commercial roll sizer, and on top of my commercial roll sizer I have a Dillon case feeder, which you can see I've just twisted over and is on my my decapper right now. So that's how we're going to feed the brass into the decapper. I already have pre-filled the tube just because the case feeder is noisy, so I pre-filled the tube with some 9mm that needs to be decapped. I've had laying around the shop for a while. A couple of quick notes about the decapper itself. You've got two exit ports, one for the spent primers, and that's going into a trash bucket behind you that you don't see. It's behind my brass bucket, and this front one is for the decapped brass, and it will fall. It comes with plenty of plastic tubing, so you can run it to whatever you want. In this case, I've just got a bucket under there and it catches everything just fine. So sort of top to bottom, you've got the FW Arms decapper, which has been this one's been specially designed for this purpose. You're only going to want to use the small decapping pins in this because some of your brass manufacturers, S&B is notorious for is one that's notorious for having small flash holes in their 9mm, and what'll happen because this is not a shell plate, it's just a set of clamps that hold the brass in place while this centers the mouth of the brass, and then the deprimer or decapper decaps it. If you used a large decapping pin, you run the risk of getting the decapping pin stuck in the brass and having the brass pull out. Now, it's not a catastrophic thing, it's not going to break anything, but you're going to have to stop the machine and clear the piece of brass that got stuck. Early on when I was playing with it, I did have a 22 long rifle case stuck in here. The decapping pin pierced the 22 long rifle, and I just had to pull it off. It was simple, so it's not a big deal. So that's the FW Arms decapper. You only want to use the small decapping pins. You can feed it from whatever case feed you want. It comes with plenty of plastic tubing. These are the same drop tubes that you use with your DC or manual roll sizers. So if you have a DC or a manual roll sizer, you can double up on those. You can use, you know, if you order this in a small pistol and you have a large pistol die and set up for your roll sizer, you can use the same drop tube. That will need to be adjusted for the case that you're feeding, whether it be a 9mm or 40, whatever. You'll have to adjust the height just with a thumb screw. That's all covered in the instructions. These claws, again, spring-loaded, very easy to, if I needed to get that out for some reason, it's just a matter of taking it out, not a big deal. The plastics that this is made out of, now you see there's some metal on here and there's some plastic. This plastic is what they use in mining installations as a liner to the tubes where all the rocks and stuff get exported from the mine. They run down the tubes, and the tubes are lined with this plastic to protect the metal, and this plastic is super durable. So don't worry when you get it and you set it up. Don't worry about the plastic. It's not your typical run-of-the-mill plastic. So it's not a bunch of recycled plastic jugs. There are metal moving parts. You do want to keep your hands away from it. As you'll see, there's a reciprocating piece. You don't want to get your hand caught in there. I do have it just clamped to the bench because I'm short bench space all the time, so I move things around quite a bit. This position has an off position in the center. You can toggle reverse, and forward you can lock in place. It's also a variable speed motor. This is the rheostat that you use to adjust the speed. I'm running it at about 3/4 of top speed, just because you can. I've run it slow, I've run it fast, haven't had any problems either way. With rifle cases, I'd probably slow it down a little bit. And you can see I've got a bunch of spent brass over here. Now, you are going to want to separate your loaded ammo from your brass, and you're probably going to want to separate your 223 from your 308, just because you'll have to set the height of your drop tube. But you don't have to separate like size calibers. 357, 38, 9mm can all go in at one time. 40, 10mm can all go in at one time. 45, 454 Casull, those kinds of things can all go in at one time. Just put the right drop tube on here, set the right height, or set the height for the tallest case, and you're good to go. As we said, the advantages are you can deprime dirty brass and then wash it all one time in a wet tumbler. Gets the primer pockets, gets everything, so you only have to spend that time washing and drying once, and you don't have to mess with it long term. So let's take a quick look and see how it works. As you can see, the deprimed case falls into the bucket. The primer the spent primer exits through the back. We'll catch one of these cases. You can see it's been deprimed. Catch another one, deprimed. So again, it's as simple as that. Machine works really well. Does about 3,000 cases an hour. And I have seen a gentleman who put this in front of, he basically had the exit tube on this go to his DC roll sizer. Great idea, and actually it was a very cool setup. However, if you're gonna do that, you really need to clean the brass first, because you don't want to send dirty brass into your roll sizer. So as you can see, this bucket is basically range pickup 308. You can just feed this right through the machine without a problem. You don't have to clean it at all. There are no metal on metal pieces here. They're going to cause any wear if it gets dirt on it. You do want to shake the sand out of it, shake any rocks out of it. Occasionally I'm sure we've all seen it. Toggle this backwards. I'm sure we've all seen it where, we get a rock or something down in there. That'll stop the machine. You'll want to clear the rock, but I'd shake your brass out pretty good in a set of some kind of shakers, however you separate your brass. Make sure the rocks and sand are out of it, and go from there. So that is a quick overview of the Rollsizer.com Automated Decapper. Thanks for watching. Alright, so that's an overview of the decapper, the Automated Decapper from Rollsizer.com. Again, DC operated, comes with a power brick, comes with everything you need. You pick the caliber when you order it. Small pistol, large pistol, small rifle, large rifle. Small pistol is from 40 caliber and below. Large pistol's 41 caliber and up. Small rifle is anything smaller than a 308 parent case. Large rifles anything bigger than a 308 parent case, including 308. The manual is really good. So this will help you when you get it. Make sure you take the time to set it up. It does not take long, but you definitely want to set it up right. Once again, FW Arms small decapping pins only. You can get those from me or your favorite reseller. Hopefully I'm your favorite reseller, but if I'm not, you need some, pick them up wherever you need to. But again, small decapping pins for the FW Arms decapping die. If you have questions, once again, check us out at the letter A, the number 3, the letter G, munitions.com, or email me, mark at A3GMunitions.com. I do have these in stock today. We'll see them at SHOT Show if you're out there. These will change your life if you're doing a lot of brass processing. Again, real quick, the benefits are lead. You're removing the lead from a proximity to your machine, to your reloading machine, so you're going to come into contact with a lot less lead. 2, you only have to clean the brass once. If you're wet tumbling, you run it through this thing, primer pockets are clean, everything's clean, so your big effort in cleaning the brass is a one-time shot. You don't have to clean it in a wet tumbler or even a dry tumbler multiple times. Clean it once, you're good to go. The other benefit is much like the Rollsizer does. By decapping the brass ahead of time, you remove the crimped primers. You actually ease or make the force needed to process brass in your reloading machine much more consistent. There's no primer, there's no crimped primers. You're not going to get a difference between a standard everyday round and a military round. And we talked about in the last videos, any kind of inconsistency in processing your brass or in resizing your brass or in depriming your brass means more vibration in your powder measure. It means a variation in your charge weight. So that's a big plus too. So again, Rollsizer.com, automated decapping machine. And if you have questions, shoot us a note. Hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video, and reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks very much. One more thing I almost forgot. It is the holiday season, and I saw my first Christmas tree on a minivan today. It's Tuesday. Thanksgiving's in 2 days. Already Christmas trees going out. So I guess it's getting earlier every year. But the bottom line is on Black Friday, that's this Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, 2021, we will have a sale on these machines. I can't tell you how much it's going to be, how much off. I can't tell you what the details are because I don't know yet. But if you come back on Black Friday, come to the website, these machines will be on sale. They'll ship out the following Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Just because the holidays, we won't be shipping until Tuesday at the earliest. But anyway, come back to the website, check it out. There's all sorts of other good stuff out there. I'll have sales on a couple other things. But this machine will be on sale Black Friday. So tell your wife, tell your girlfriend, you ladies who reload, tell your husbands. Great gift for the holidays. Well, I'm not going to gift wrap it, but UPS will destroy it anyway. So, Black Friday, come visit the website. Have a great holiday season, a safe holiday season, and I'll see you on the range.